back, Alan's allotment. I know I said I was going to give you back footage, but we're going to give you this one first and then we'll give you some back footage. So welcome back. It's the 14th of September, Saturday the 14th of September. Now it was promised to be a bit warmer and starting to pick up in the weather's starting to pick up a bit for the weekend and possibly a mini heat wave next week. Only to get up to find out it was pouring down. I had a bit of a lie-in this morning, so we didn't get up here until about 9:30. I've got the kettle on and just going to have a cuppa. Fed all of the hens, got all that sorted. Today I'm just going to crack on with putting the top on the sand with some fine grit sand in the first pen where we've got the fully built shed. Get the fence up and get that sealed up again, and then if I've got time I'm going to make a start on the other shed that we got part built last week and try and get that finished as well. We'll see how we get on before, and then whether we get anything else or not done. Tomorrow I've got someone coming for some more hens, coming to buy some hens and one of the little coops that I've dismantled and no longer using. So I want to say, before I go any further, a massive thank you to everyone who watched the video. Nice to see people coming back that's been watching the videos, and I've been absent a long time. That's just due to circumstance. It happens, unfortunately, but I'm going to endeavour to try and keep going again now for the rest of the season. And again, a lot of the footage you will see will be old footage, but I'll slip in where I'm at now and again as well in between if I can. So that's what I'll do this time, and then we'll give you back footage from earlier in the year. Go and have this cup of coffee, and I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who welcomed me back, said I'd been missed. Well, that's really nice to know. It really is nice to know that people miss me and miss me giving them updates with what I'm doing. It's also nice to get comments off people who say they've learned something from me. That's what this is all about, and if I can help someone, great. That's what it's all about. I get the pleasure from that. Right, now 1:30. I've just had a little bite to eat. Absolutely wore out. I've just moved 1 ton of very fine, or rather sharp sand to put on the top of that pen that I said I was going to do. The one that's already got the sand and gravel in, so there's 1 ton of sand and gravel in there to start with, on top of the sludge bath, and now we've put another 1 ton of a finer grit sand on top of that as well. We've had really good progress. I've got way more done than I thought. I've got everything that I said I was going to do done. Now, as you can see, I've got the tools out. I've been busy. This is all my wood that I bought at a really good price. This is the little coop that we disassembled. Let's get it clean. There's a guy coming to collect tomorrow along with some chickens. Another little coop we disassembled, which needs cleaned down, and then we'll advertise that. But now you can see, ignore this post here, it's just laid there at the moment. We've put a new fence up in here, new wire top. These wires, by the way, found 10 of these dumped on the path and all rusty. Probably that's the reason why, but I'm making good use of them, as you can see. And there we go. That's that shed finished. We've got this pen all sealed off again now, and you can see we've got a nice sharp sand base. And as I say, the whole lot, there's 2 tons on here, it's about that thick. So I'm hoping this will going to stop the birds getting completely sludged up. I've also got the ventilation grills now so that we can get these in here. There's just the ventilation grills to put in here, a hole to cut in here, and a automatic let that shuts and closes, opens and closes even, morning and night on a timer. I'm going to do that with all of the sheds. and then I threw a little bit of the sand that was left just down here to make myself a bit of a path so I could get on with this and finish this shed as well. So that's 2 we've got done now. Obviously there's rain in here because I didn't have a door on it, so it's been pouring down. I got built up to here, but the rain just was driving in here, so yeah. Got the door done now, got the vents, made them identical, put the ventilator in, sky light in there. Really pleased with how these have worked out, and you can see the thickness of these timbers. It's built to last. And something I never showed you on the other one is we've got a massive overhang over the back as well, so we can put brackets on the back of this shed and store wood and keep it dry. Also the hens can go under here and keep semi-dry if they want to be outside but not in the shed. And as you can see, I've done the same with this one, and this one's actually screwed to the fence as well. So I just, rather than cut the sheets down, I thought, well, I'll utilise them as they are, no cutting, and then let's just make a bit of an overhang, keep the pen semi-dry. Still got all this to move and clean. Got that board to unscrew. I use that as a handle, so if you put 2 screws in, get my fingers underneath, so that when you're carrying a panel single-handed, you can pick it up. You've got a handle to hold, and you can carry a panel single-handed just by adding a board like that. 2 screws, and then the screws unscrew, and you do it with the next board and the next board, etc. Little tip for people. This is what happens when you neglect cabbages. As you can see. In amongst the weeds we've got harvests. That shows you how much I have or haven't done gardening this year. If you remember back in the other videos I weeded all this. Look at it, just bad again. Right, that's this pen cleared now, ready to start bringing the sand round. Here we go again, round 2. Right, I'm not sure how much energy I have left, but we'll make a start, because as they say, every little helps, doesn't it? If we do a little bit today, it's less to do tomorrow. Let's just get going and see what happens. Another note, if you decide to do this with your chicken pens for winter, yes, it's expensive, it's hard work, but I believe it'll be worth it. Make sure you give it at least 2 to 3 inches thick, so that the rain can drain away and it can dry out faster than what this quagmire down here does. Okay, not much point in doing it with just a tiny scattering over the top. It'll be as bad again in no time. So if you do decide to do this, a good 2 to 3 inch layer, and then on top of this there's another ton of the fine sand and gravel that goes on the top of this as well. As you can see, I've moved a full ton in about a half, just shy of a half, 1.5 tons. That's the last barrow to finish this pen. Because this pen is bigger than the last one, it's took 1.5 tons. The next one's probably going to take 2 tons or even 2.5, hence the reason getting 4. But we won't be moving on to the 3rd pen for a while yet. I want to get these 2 finished off completely and birds in. Yeah, my back knows about it, and that's a cracking day's work. I didn't think I was going to get this far, but I'll give you a look in a minute. And there we have it. And boy, don't I know about it now. I'll sleep tonight. But this pen is much bigger than this one here, because as you can see, the pen sort of runs out like that, and gradually it goes on a curve. So this is the smallest pen, followed by this one, so there's a bigger area to cover, and then the other one is bigger again. It's not quite as wide, you know, it is in one place, but it's narrower in another. But nonetheless, it's still going to take two ton at least. So this is what we do first. You put down the sand and gravel mix, which has got big stones in it. like this, and then I just go over it and pack it with my feet. Ideally a whacker plate would be better, but the chickens are only going to dig in it anyways. But the idea behind it is the stones will give good drainage, and then when we put the fine stuff on the top, yeah, they're going to scratch in it and mix it all together, but by the time we finish we end up with something like 4 inches, and either way, even if they're digging it, there's going to be places where I can walk where I'm not sinking and sliding all over the place. And likewise for the chickens, it can only be better drainage, can't it? It's cleaner, and it sort of gives you a sterile ground again for the hens. And another bonus is the little bits of grit in the sand, the chickens can eat that, which is all good for the eggshells. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I don't know. I obviously wouldn't have it any other way. So part of me wants to just we want a good rain pour now for to bed it down, like we did with the first one. And then I only put the dressing on today, the top dressing, and it was still raining, so that got bedded in anyways. And part of me wants to put the fence up on that second pen, but if I do that, I'll just make it harder for me getting in with the top dressing in the second pen. So it's going to be another weekend, at least, without being able to seal that up. Well, I could, but I want to make things more difficult. Right, I'm babbling on. I'm going to have this cup of coffee, then I'm going home. As always, thanks for popping along. Thanks for all your likes, comments, dislikes, subscriptions, suggestions and your donations. If you haven't already subscribed, think about hitting that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon, select all, and that'll alert you every time I put up a new video. Right, again, massive thanks to all my subscribers, all the new people, all the new subscribers. I really do appreciate it. As always, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, be practical, keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.